How's it going, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Lock Stars. My name is Justin.
I'm Jordan.
Let's get it. And we're back. Ooh, how's it going, man?
It's whatever. It's alright.
It's whatever. Nothing too special going on.
Nah, not really. We got Nats.
Yeah, how was that? You played Nats. Tell us how that went.
It was alright. I lost, so sucked, but it's alright.
I mean, what'd you lose to? Tell us about that.
I lost to. So I dropped round 6. I lost to. I lost to Synchro Pile and to Snake Eye Fiendsmith.
What does synchro pile mean?
It's exactly what it sounds like. Like a pile of cards that enable like certain synchro summons.
I mean, what kind of monsters are you playing?
It had Centurion cards. It had super heavy samurai cards. It had the Tenpai cards. I didn't exactly see any, but I assumed there were Resonator cards because he ran, I think it's called Synchro Rumble, something like that. So, yeah, it's Synchro Pile.
Interesting. Okay.
So that Synchro Pile basically lost in time. Another one, what was it? Snake Eye Fiendsmith. I mean, my the one I lost. I think maybe I could have played better. Obviously, I don't have, I can't rewatch it, but maybe I could like hand trapped him better. Game, what was it? Game 2, I think, or game 3, but it is what it is. And then my last loss. I don't think I could have done anything about it, so it is what it is. I played Ubel's Fiendsmith. I think probably arguably the second best deck of the format. I hope to do well. I didn't really expect to win, but Snake Eye Fiendsmith it's just a way better deck. I would have played that, but Ubel was there. I think I had more fun with that.
Gotcha. Okay, all right, for sure.
And then we just had Euros, so that was nice. Euros is way more fun to watch. Like, for some reason...
Why do you say that?
Because, like, they know how to be excited. They know how to be hype. It's something epic... it's something, like, exciting happened. Like, a Tenpai player used Raigeki. Like, most people aren't using Raigeki these days. A Raigeki from LOB. Everyone in the crowd is hyped. The announcers... or the commentators were hype. Like, if someone does that here in America, the commentators were like, oh, he just activated a Raigeki. How interesting. Like, bro, be hype. Be excited. That's exciting. No, you're boring to watch. It's like even Billy Break. No hate on, no, respect to Billy, but like, come on, dude. I need some more energy, dude. Like, that's one of the few things they actually know how to do in Europe.
Okay. Fair point. Yeah, you think it'd be the opposite way around because Americans tend to be a lot more wild. So, but I don't know. They commentate Yu-Gi-Oh like it's golf or something,
right? Like,
instead of like this epic battle between two people and their monsters. But
exactly, like.
But I don't know. I mean, maybe we should commentate next time.
I'll be a W commentator.
Like we should next time. Like maybe. Not YCS SAC because we're going to try to go to that. But probably what's next out of that? Cancun. So we could. I think a lot of Americans are going to go to that. But we could definitely commentate that and see how hype we get. Just excite people. We'll stream on Twitch or OBS or something. I don't know. But
Rich OB's won Euros. I think. I don't remember, but I think it won. Either one, I got second place, which is still good, which is great. I love Ritual Beast, one of my favorite decks of all time.
Never really got into the deck.
Yeah, because you're a loser.
Yeah, but it's not that great of a deck though.
It's a great deck.
It was always pretty annoying, to be honest with you. Like from what I
I'm
remember.
gonna ignore you said that, but you didn't. What you said there isn't real.
I mean, you don't like my favorite deck either, so.
What's your favorite deck?
You don't know my favorite deck?
It's Gem Knights.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, but I don't hate. I don't like.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I don't hate Gem Knights.
That is, yeah, that's.
I don't
good.
find it like annoying.
We need that deck back at full power. To be honest with you,
It's just gonna be an FTK deck.
yeah, it's based.
No, that's lame.
It's pretty based.
Why would you want your favorite deck just to be an FTK deck?
Because I like to win. with my
That's
favorite
fine.
deck.
If I want a deck, I want it to be a deck where I could feel like I don't know that I'm actually playing like Blackwings, right? Blackwings is just an FTK deck now. Like all you do is just build a board of cards that like maybe negate monsters or destroy monsters, but it's like, dude, and I get it. The whole point of the Blackwings is to swarm, but like they don't really have that good of follow up. It's just like I just build a board full of like powerful Blackwings, which is kind of fine since it's only Blackwings, but still.
Yeah, but to me, ever since I got back in the game, it seems like every deck's an FDK deck. It just doesn't burn you.
I mean, sure. I mean,
And
sure.
you just build big board and all right, try to get past it on your turn. And then you just scoop, go to game 2.
I mean, understandable, but it's like, how do I say this? It doesn't really. I mean, sure, that's fair. Okay, so like Dark Worlds, right? Dark Worlds is literally just like Dark World hand loop. Like, that's so lame. Like, why would you you're not playing Dark Worlds. You could just insert name here. Like as I've been saying, Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a spirit to the game. It's all about character. That's why Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like the best card game because it has a lot of character. Your decks reflect your personality. But no, if I want to play Dark Worlds, and the only way to play Dark Worlds is to hand loop you. That doesn't make it special. I could just insert card name here, and if it does it, and then it's just hand loop. I'm not playing Dark Worlds.
Right. I can agree with that. I can agree that. I mean, I guess overall the game just needs a little bit more interaction. But I mean, I guess that's a topic for another day, to be honest. But what you really want to talk about is the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, right?
Yeah. So I saw a Team APS video the other day. He basically talked about how Yu-Gi-Oh right now doesn't have like a real anime, right? Like there's Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s and Yu-Gi-Oh! It's 7s and I forgot what the new one's called. The 8th one. It's like I want to say basically just runs.
Wait, is there an 8th one? I thought it was
no. So after
Oh yeah, right. Reigns is 6.
Yeah,
right, 6,
and then 7s,
and then 7s,
and then I think it's called Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush. I think the new one. I think the latest one is called.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even. It's just those last two just deal with like the rush duels and the speed duels, right? So it doesn't really help us I shouldn't say help us. It doesn't really do anything for the game. It doesn't reflect the game.
How many? Right? In fact, I know we're old now, but it seems like they kind of, pardon the pun here, but no pun intended. Actually, it seems like they rushed through these last 2 animes. Where you going? Where you going?
Can you stop?
What?
I gotta deal with this every day. Anyway,
but my point is that it just seemed like they went through these animes pretty fast. Because I remember Vrains, right? I mean, how many episodes was 7s? So
I'm not sure. I think
is it even in English?
Maybe a little bit over. I think it was less than 200.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think it's
probably really less than 200. Probably not more than 50.
No, it's definitely more than 100. But I think
7s.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
But I just think it's like I mean, I haven't seen the anime, but I'm gonna just assume they suck because they don't reflect. I guess. Well, I guess the Yu-Gi-Oh anime never really reflected the real game, but it doesn't reflect like any part of the game. Like, I don't know that many people. We don't even really have like Rush Duel. Like, no one really plays that. So it's like they're trying to promote something that's not really like catching on. So like they need to create an anime where they do have, because people like to see these decks and their favorite deck in the anime getting played, being animated. Like when Arc 5 came out, I was so excited to see like um the X Sabers in the anime. Your favorite deck is Gem Knights. Weren't you excited to see Gem Knights there?
I mean, yeah, but I think that was more of a nostalgia pull than like. I mean, how many like adults really watch the anime?
I mean, you can say,
Even if it is good,
I mean, sure, you can make the argument like, oh, it's for kids, but I don't really think that's really a good argument.
No, I'm not saying it's for kids. I'm just saying realistically, how many people watch the anime?
I mean,
In fact, to correct, how many people watch the anime that have been playing the game for a while and that really know the original anime?
I mean, I don't think. Well, I don't think really that's really important. The whole, like, you don't need to like really know the original anime to Vrains. Like, if I came in during Master Rule, the new Master Rule, and I just started watching Vrains, I don't think it really matters that if whether I'm like 20, 30, or even 10 years old, discovering the anime and discovering the game.
I'm just saying it's an interesting point where I mean I don't know if people necessarily like to see their favorite decks in the anime because people usually aren't playing the decks from the anime anyway.
Well, yeah, they are because, because let's say back in like GX, right? Cyber Dragon was one of the best cards. Cyber Dragon cards. Heroes wasn't really necessarily like one of the best decks, but it was like still a very popular deck. During the Xyz era, Utopia is literally one of the best cards.
Right. But to be fair, you're talking about a time. This is a time when the game, based on the scale it is now, it wasn't as big. It's when archetypes first came out, right?
Okay,
during that time.
All right, but like even during Vrains, like Firewall Dragon, Cyber's monsters in general, rockets, like that was it was a real deck.
Yeah, but I don't know if people like seeing
Gokis.
Yeah, but I don't know if people just they're just salivating over seeing that in the anime.
I mean, why? I think they are. I think it's like, maybe not most people, but people who do like watch the anime, I think they think it's like very cool. They see those type of things in the anime.
Yeah, sure, it's cool, but they're not salivating over it. I think. I see your point though. There's no real. There's no real anime. Or excuse me, the anime is not really that good right now.
But I just think like, that because it's mainly because like the animes usually like promote certain. They're supposed to promote. That's what the TV shows are for. They're supposed to promote something, get you to buy something. So when you have something like Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens and Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush, they're trying to promote the speed duels, but no one really cares.
What was Sevens even about?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is it about the speed duels?
I wouldn't say it's about the speed duels, but that's what they do. I wouldn't say it's like
I just wonder what makes it unique from something like Vrains, where they had the speed duels and introduced this new monster type.
That's really the only thing that makes it different because they do the speed duels. I don't even think they acknowledge anything else.
No one even knows the last two main characters. People really only know up to what's his name, Yusuko?
I don't know.
No, the Vrains.
Oh, Yusaku.
So yeah.
But I think what a Yu-Gi-Oh anime gives us, it gives us something to be. I think it gives us something to be excited about. It's like they're introducing a new character, a good story. Even though no matter how cringy it is, how they solve a lot of problems over card games. You look past that, just to have fun.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue is there's no new summoning mechanic.
Um,
It seems like everyone prior to sevens had a new summoning mechanic, and it was popular. I think there's a correlation there.
true, true. I don't think really a new summoning mechanic really is. I mean, from if you're talking about for a promotional standpoint, then yeah, sure. It's like if there's no new summoning mechanic, if we just release an anime just to release it without having any intention of like selling something, then there's really no point. At least from a business standpoint, okay. But at least from a watch point, from a fan perspective, I don't really think it's important as long as it's good. Like people not fiend, but people really always ask for like an anime. Maybe not where they're actually like playing, but at least like anime where about like the monsters themselves.
Sure, sure. Yeah, I see your point. But I think that was the main selling point. Like that's what I think that was. Excuse me. I think the main selling point was the new summoning mechanics. I mean, obviously you want to make a good story. I think every summoning mechanic should be in sevens and what's the latest one called?
Rush.
Rush. I mean, every summoning mechanic should be in there, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't seen it, but it's like it's Rush Duel, so it's not. It's I think they only have. I think they only have like fusions, maybe. I don't know though. I don't know.
Okay, well, I guess in theory they should be in there. I mean, what do you think? What's your point in saying all this? What do you think they should do?
Make a good new Yu-Gi-Oh anime.
What does that look like?
An anime where they basically have the main character, follow their storyline, and just make it, they have character development, new characters get introduced, and just like a regular anime, just like Yu-Gi-Oh, just like any basic Yu-Gi-Oh anime. There doesn't necessarily have to be like something new to it, but just a Yu-Gi-Oh anime, probably like a female main character. I think that would be great.
You think that'd be? I mean, do you think that'd be very popular?
Yeah, I think it'd be very popular.
I don't think people would care necessarily, but I mean, obviously, mostly males play the card game, so it's they're trying to make it relatable as possible.
Well, I think these days, fans are more worried about the character itself, whether like rather than what the character who they are. Like fans aren't really gonna care like it's a girl as long as it's good, right? People never really cared. That's just what like companies did to pretty much stay afloat, to keep their show afloat.
Yeah, sure. I don't know if they're gonna have one.
They probably won't have. They probably won't ever have a female main character. But
Yeah,
I think it would be great to have. I think everyone would love that as long as it's a good character. People loved Akiza,
Well, yeah. She wasn't the main character though.
but she could have. But the point is, she could have been her own main character.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Japan's a different culture. I think they're more of a. I mean, they're just different. Like, I don't think Americans would necessarily care, but like, I mean, you want to. I mean, just again, you just want to make it any show you want to, you want to cater to your audience. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you don't like. I mean, I even in Japan, like people still love like a lot of female characters.
Yeah, but it's a
It's
kid
like
show.
you can say cater to your audience, but like in a card game, like you do that you do that by making them by working on their character.
Sure, no, I 100% agree. It's just you're catering to young boys, so like you want to imagine them. The boys are supposed to imagine they're the main character in the show, just whooping ass.
No, sure, I'm not disagreeing. Like, oh, that's what companies would want. I'm just saying, like, it would still like a female one would still be popular.
Sure. Yeah, I mean it's possible. I don't know, but I think Uh, they should just get back to the basics. Honestly, they should. I think they should in the show. They should get back to the origins of Yu-Gi-Oh. Maybe something back to ancient Egypt or whatever. Uh, however they want to do it, however they want to make the origin, tell the origin story. Yeah, that's the. I don't see. Yeah, I don't see why not. Right.
So I like the idea of. Excuse me. I like the idea of. Well, I guess it's kind of like all the same thing where they have duel monsters be like this big popular sport, right? That's in every anime, right? And then I like the idea where they have it in other parts of like society, right? Like in Arc 5, it was a whole war was fought with duel monsters, right? And so I kind of like that idea where it's like, oh, maybe there's a sports side, casual side, and even I guess militant slash law enforcement side, right? Just like they did in like Arc 5 and 5Ds. So if I were to make one, I would probably have the you have the main character, but they would probably aspire, I guess, to be some type of special duelist. And like you said, they can maybe like touch on like the origins in that story. The origins of duel monsters go way back to the beginning. And in the end they become like a champion, they become the best or what, however many, just throwing it off the top of my head. And obviously in the story you would have new monsters and old monsters, like maybe you could have the like the Vanquish Soul right here. You could have the Vanquish Soul right here. I think that's great. It's a deck that doesn't really do a lot of its own like extra deck summoning. It's pretty good for because they're supposed to be based off like the way you play like a video game, right? Where you just switch out a bunch of characters.
Sure.
So I think that'd be great for like a character, and based their personality off that. Maybe they're a gamer. Maybe where they like to switch out a bunch of different fighters. So I think a deck like that would be good to put in the anime.
Yeah, maybe it's very I guess I'd have to watch Sevens and the and Rush to see what exactly they're doing now. That way I can get an idea of what they're not doing and what they should go back to. But I mean I mean that's basically it. I mean I think I agree with you that you should make it more of a sports thing. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they should make a new anime where it has direct ties to the first three animes. Right, because the next three, because the ones after that, they're kind of just loosely tied. They're not necessarily in the same universe.
Yeah, sure you can. Yeah, sure you can do that. I don't be mad at that. But I just think again, see, we don't have without this like Yu-Gi-Oh anime. There's like nothing to really like. I don't know. I guess tie yourself to it, right? Then like I said, Yu-Gi-Oh is all about like I like to think Yu-Gi-Oh is about like the actual player. So
you know what you should do? Since you keep bitching and moaning about this, what you should do is come up with an idea, and then we'll do a pitch video. Then we'll tag Konami.
I would make a great.
Or whoever runs the anime directly.
My Yu-Gi-Oh anime would be immaculate. It'd be the best one out of all of them.
Really? Just say that in the video. Say that in the video.
I will. I will. I will blatantly say this is gonna be the best one. It's gonna be better than the 5Ds. It's gonna be better than Brains.
Yeah, we'll tag Konami or who we'll find out who runs the anime department, the animation department, and we'll pitch to them. We'll make a direct pitch to them. You know, I mean, it's in Japan, so I mean, there'll be Japanese subtitles. I think it'd be fine. So, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Actually, I mean, do you have a basic idea of what you want it to look
like I said before, that was my basic idea. Like first, I would.
Well,
have,
is the character older? Is he younger?
No, yeah, the character is gonna be a she. First of all.
Okay, all right.
It's gonna be a she. And she'll probably start off as like a younger character, probably like 13, 14, something like that, and maybe by the end of the story, she'll, I don't know, like time skip, maybe it'll be like 16 to 18, something like that. Because, stories that have, people like seeing stories that have actual progression. That's why, that's one of the reasons like people love Dragon Ball so much. Because even during the first Dragon Ball anime, like Goku, like he got older, he got taller.
I never watched Dragon Ball, so
yeah, because you're a normie. So
I'm a normie.
Yeah, you're a normie.
I've watched like a bunch of other animes. Okay, all right, whatever. Moving on. So
anyway.
So what do you have like? I mean, I know this is immediate. We can flush this out later. But what about this? Is like very skeleton. Do you want like a kind of like a tournament arc, or like a high stakes arc? Things like that. Okay. Okay.
Yes. I've thought about it before. So the story is gonna start off with her. Maybe she's gonna aspire. She's gonna aspire to be like a special type of duelist. I don't know whether like a more militant one or maybe like a celebrity or whatever, however it may be, right? And then she'll find people she like admires. She'll maybe go through a little bit of turmoil. She'll get better. She'll get better and better. Maybe she'll go through like a crisis era where she like loses something precious to her.
Okay, this is all very interesting.
Obviously, there's gonna be like a tournament arc where she meets certain good characters. Maybe and since I like the whole militant idea, maybe she'll fight. She'll have to fight. So, and by the end of it, she'll be a top tier duelist, a legendary duelist.
Interesting. All right, so why do people need this anime? Well, why is the Yu-Gi-Oh anime important?
Well, like I said, it's good. People love seeing, people love watching duel monsters. So, like, you give it an anime and you put, like the monsters people want in it, people are gonna get excited about it, And since Yu-Gi-Oh, like, who wouldn't want? Every player would love to just, like, if you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I would assume like you love it to some degree. So you want to watch.
No. I hate this game.
Okay, everybody except you.
I'm a masochist.
You don't have to watch.
No. I'm just pointing out how like ridiculous your point is.
No,
I just have to point that out. Why would I play a game I don't like? That makes no sense. I'm just saying.
Okay, but you're missing the point here. The point is, if you love something like Yu-Gi-Oh, you're gonna want to like be involved in. How do I say this? You're going to know about and be involved in, like anything around it. So, like you would love to see an anime, just based off the game you play.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Like nobody wants to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel because it's not the game we play.
That's fair.
That's why people love the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime so much because like. It's a good story. It's iconic characters, iconic monsters, and same thing with the rest of them.
So what is this? What is it? Is it going into the virtual world? Is this all IRL? Again, this is Skeleton, so you don't have to hash
it's gonna be.
right
No, it's gonna be like IRL. They already did a thing with Reigns, so we don't really need to do any more like virtual world stuff.
Mm-hmm. And this is going to be like way in the future. Is it going to be on Earth? Is it going to be in space?
It's going to be on Earth.
What? I'm just saying,
Because, that's where Yu-Gi-Oh! Exists.
But I specifically remember Kaiba saying that there are aliens out there and we should teach them how to duel. I very I remember him saying this. So I'm just saying it could be in space.
I mean, well,
wanna
really,
see some
well,
aliens duel.
technically, like Zexel already did the whole aliens dueling thing. So
Did they?
yes, Astral,
He was the only alien, wasn't he?
the Baryons were all aliens.
Well, yeah, obviously, but he was the only one dueling, though.
all the Baryons dueled. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
All the Baryons were duelists.
Oh, I haven't watched that anime
Don
in a long
Thousand
time.
was a duelist.
Okay, I haven't watched that anime in a very long
I
time.
swear to God,
so-
you're a normie.
I'm sorry, I don't remember an anime from, 10 years ago?
It
Probably?
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Should be a fan. You're a fake fan.
I don't even know if I, I think I'm, a few episodes off of that anime. Like, I didn't finish it, completely.
Normie. You're a normie.
Anyway. Okay, I mean, yeah, I mean, I think it definitely, it keeps the game alive. I think, why are you looking at me like that? Bro, you look weird. The people can see your face.
I know.
Stop,
I
bro.
want them to
You're
feel.
always looking at me in some weird way,
I want
bro.
them to feel my contempt towards you. 'Cause you're a
They feel
normie.
something. They feel something, definitely. Anyway, moving on. So, I definitely think it keeps the game alive. At the very least, they'll get new kids into the game, and they'll grow up to obviously become adults that become competitive, and it just make the hobby last as long as possible, and make it, and actually make it to that the 50th anniversary, the 75th, 100th, if it lasts that long. I don't know if I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh seems to be going strong, so I definitely think the anime is very important. Maybe they should have or maybe here's an idea. Maybe they should flesh out the lore. You get me? So the lore,
yeah,
any given set of archetypes, right? I mean, I don't think you can go back to Dual Terminal necessarily.
Yes, you can.
Well, I mean, you could, but I'm saying if it's relevant to the current game, I guess. Well, I guess they kind of continue to Dual Terminal with a bunch of these other monsters, right? A bunch of these other archetypes, right?
Yeah. So that's what people. Yeah, that's what people have been wanting for a while too. For them to make anime. That's what we thought we were getting with that new promotional video. That came out a few months ago.
What are you talking about?
You didn't see the promotional video with the Six Samurai, the Zeus and Anti-Zeus.
Oh no, I never saw that video. You're
Wow.
gonna have to show it to me. Maybe I might show it in the.
Hold on, where's my camera? Normie.
I'm sorry, I don't know every little aspect about the game.
Gosh.
I'm sorry, I'm not on the internet all the time. I'm kind of anyway. I'm not gonna get into this.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, they could do that. I mean, it could be that. It could be the one with what was his name? Visas Frost. What's that?
Yeah, Visa Starfrost.
Visas Starfrost. It could be. I mean, any archetypes. Lore. I think it'd be really. I think it'd be really cool since, I mean, if you want, that's going way back to the basics, right?
So if you didn't, like I said before, there's the video, where we got a whole bunch of animation from their studio.
I'll show it. Maybe I'll show it in the background and in editing.
We got the Fallen of Albaz. Like I said, the Six Samurai, Zeus and Typhon, the Charmers. The big thing people are really excited about is the Sky Striker. People really want a Sky Striker anime because it has a manga. There's a whole manga for the Sky Strikers. If you didn't know that.
No, I didn't. Are they still coming out with a manga for Yu-Gi-Oh?
I don't know. I just know there is one.
I imagine. I don't know.
I'd imagine because because I think we're getting another Sky Striker monster. I think in Rhoda. So, Rage of the Abyss. If you didn't know that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, how long? I mean, what archetypes? I mean, there's a bunch of archetypes in the Dual Terminal, right? There's there's got to be at least 20, these 20 archetypes.
I think. Well, yeah, people want like the dual terminal. Well, the dual terminal is. I mean, they would probably start out with like whatever was in the beginning because the dual terminal timeline is like really long. So, like Ritual Beast Tamer Elder, like that's a whole that's a Gusto monster. In the Gustos, he's like very young. So, it's just a long timeline there. So they'll probably like start out with whatever the first wave was, like maybe when they defeated the worms. But people really want to see like the Albaz lore and especially the Diabellstar lore.
Yeah, I don't think those are. Yeah, I think those are great ideas. I don't know why they just don't do that.
I mean, because like I said, I think we talked about it before. Like I said, even though these are great ideas, companies they always want to play the safe card. So, they can't. They don't have anything to go off of when they create let's say create an anime based off the Diabellstar lore. But what they do have to go off of is like Yu-Gi-Oh! Our regular Duel Monsters anime. So, we want something to promote. We're gonna use the cards and the show to promote it. So,
right, but
the formulas.
Okay, but I think they can definitely do that. So this is what I have in my head right now. This is like immediately what I have in my head. You can, in one world, there's the duelists, and they're fighting. They're fighting it out IRL with the cards, right? And there's another world, the whatever world you want to call it, and where there's where these monsters actually exist, right? I mean, I guess it kind of did in Duel Monsters, right? That was the Shadow Realm. But it's a world where these monsters actually exist, and there's and they're fighting out just like they do in the lore. I think that'd be pretty interesting. I don't see why not. And then the evil people have whatever evil side, the good people have the good side of the cards.
So you're talking about, like, if there are, like, for example, if there are like the worm monsters, then you choose the antagonist to wield the worm monsters.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So that isn't like
that way. You still have
I think that goes back.
You still have the original anime, right? Side, right? But then there's a story,
I think that just goes back to my point where you need to have the people want to see their favorite archetypes in the anime. You just use like the lore to do that.
Yeah, but Konami doesn't listen to his player base. Doesn't have time for that. I got money to make.
And fun fact: the Shadow Realm wasn't real.
What do you mean?
It wasn't a real thing. That was just a dub thing. It wasn't a real thing.
Then what? Explain. Stop saying statements and not explaining.
I mean, I'm just saying.
What do you mean it's not a real thing?
It's not a real thing. Okay, so because the Shadow Realm was just like, it's what they used to like censor certain like acts in the original Yu-Gi-Oh anime. Like, you remember where I forgot his name, but where Yugi got trapped with that guy, and he's about to like, and that saw that was gonna send Yugi to the Shadow Realm when he lost. That wasn't real. That saw was gonna cut off his feet. They just said that, to say like, it's gonna send you to the Shadow Realm. Or when Yugi and Taiba did that tag duel and said, whoever loses, has to go into the Shadow Realm. Like, no, their whatever glass floor they were standing on was gonna blow up and they were gonna fall to their deaths.
Just gonna ruin my whole childhood that.
I have to, bro, because you said it. I felt like I just wanted to tell you the truth. The Shadow Realm was never real. It was just it was censorship. It was 4K censorship.
Okay, all right. Well, then where were the monsters coming from?
What do you mean?
Like the monsters, they said the dual monsters came from the Shadow Realm.
No. The dual. If you mean, if you mean like,
Like they were
What
having
they-
shadow duels and everything, right? I mean,
well, yeah, they were fighting with real monsters, but they weren't really like. You could say they're like they were definitely like shadow duels, but they weren't being sent to the shadow realm. If they lost, you were dying.
interesting. How do you know this?
I don't know.
Have you watched the subbed anime?
Not really, but man, I probably watched like a couple, maybe a few episodes, maybe. But that's just something I learned.
So where were they? So where was? So I think this was in like the first. I think this is in the first 10 episodes, right? Where was? I think it was like. Where was Pegasus? And who did Pegasus duel? Yugi's grandpa or something? No, who did he do? Like where were they? They were in the shadow realm, right? Because it was a shadow duel.
Wait.
Remember when he was on the VHS or Pegasus was on the TV and
Yeah, that was magic. That was just magic.
what? What?
He literally had Millennium Eye. He can summon what? He can they're like deals. That's what Yu-Gi-Oh was, originally based off. It was just based off like gambles and deals.
That's
So
that's
like,
kind of ironic. That's kind of ironic. Rest in peace, the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh. Like he didn't want kids to gamble. So that's why Yu-Gi-Oh. If people don't, I'm sure people know. But that's why Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't play for money, right? Because he didn't want kids to gamble. But it's kind of funny how the whole game is based off gambling.
Well, yeah, any game is considered gambling.
I guess. I mean, that's what you said. I mean, But I don't know. It's very. I mean, okay. I guess just my entire childhood is just ruined.
You're welcome.
I guess.
You know the truth now. Be happy.
No, I'm still say they're like the shadow realm because that's what I know. That's what I know. I'm a cognitive dissonant.
Yeah, I bet you also believe in their invisible guns, huh?
What are you talking about? Invisible guns.
Invisible. They had guns in the original anime.
Oh yeah, I know that. I remember.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that was in the. Wasn't that was in the? Wasn't that in the? That was in the American version, right? Wasn't the guns in there?
There weren't guns.
Oh, there weren't.
No, they literally censored them out. Like you remember when Bandit Keith lost and he went up to Pegasus threatening him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was holding a gun to his head.
Okay, he's like confirmed American, right?
Yeah, he's American.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I think
I like how like I like he was the most intense buff Chad American.
yeah, that's what Japan thinks of Americans.
Right. I mean, it's funny how like how just like some anime just portray Americans. Like you remember like, was Kappa Mikey an American show or was it like a Japanese show?
It was an American show.
Oh, okay. So maybe they portray Japanese, but it's just. I mean, anyway, that show was funny, but okay, interesting. Anyway, back to how Konami
Writing peak fiction.
yeah, telling Konami how to do their job. So I think overall, just we probably just need to get back to the basics. Get back to the lore. I think maybe make him a little bit older, teens maybe. I don't know if they should be. I mean, I don't disagree with the main character being a girl. I'd like to see a girl main character. I don't think they would do that though.
I mean, no one's saying
Because-
they would, but everybody would like it.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, I mean, maybe you should make a. Just flesh this out, and we'll make a pitch video to Konami and tag them in it. And if people want to share it, they can. Whoever we need to share it to,
I'll
we
make
will.
this. It's gonna be lit.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, that'll be our
Peak fiction.
next short video. Okay. Well, I mean,
It's gonna be anime of the season.
anime of the season.
Yeah, it's gonna have
What season?
of the season. Like it's gonna receive an award. Like
Oh, okay. I didn't know. they receive awards. I'm not a normie. You're just a nerd, dude.
You're a normie. Okay, that means you're a normie.
You say that as an insult, though.
Like,
why is that an insult?
Because you don't know.
It's like it's
like what?
Like I'm normal, right? You're the weird. You say it like I'm the weird one.
You are weird.
No.
Because you're a normie.
Normie means I'm normal.
Like,
You're the weird one here.
like what?
Like,
okay.
I'm sorry that most people don't know like about like. I doubt even most like Yu-Gi-Oh players know about like anything about that goes on in the anime.
Okay, but normie is just a general term for like someone.
Yes, I understand what a normie is, bro. I understand what a normie is.
So I'm using that to insult you because you don't know these things.
Okay, and I'm like an expert in politics. Excuse me, I'm not an expert. I'm just into politics. And to me, you're the normie when it comes to that. Because you don't know like anything. I mean, I'm not gonna get into this.
Now you're trying to take my terminology for yourself.
I've been used this terminology.
Sure, I guess.
But like,
either way,
just for politics, I think.
Congratulations. We're talking about anime though.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, this is all very interesting. I'm interested in seeing that maybe Team APS video, see what they have to say about it. But yeah, guys. I mean, got anything else for the people?
Make sure you ask about this anime. It's gonna be great. It's gonna win best girl, best of the season. Maybe it'll be streamed more than One Piece during its run.
I mean, I don't know who's streamed more than One Piece.
No one cares about normie opinions.
But I mean, One Piece is.
No one cares about your normie opinions.
Why are you screaming at me, bro?
God,
you need to stop screaming, dude. Anyway, but let us know what you think about, just the general, maybe what kind of anime Konami should make, or whoever makes the anime. What you'd like to see, if there should be a female main character, what kind of story it should be, if it should be around new summoning mechanic or lore. I think this is all very interesting concepts to flush out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you comment how much you disagree with Jordan, because
comment
he's usually
first
wrong.
of all.
Excuse me, I'm trying to close out here. And yeah, I hope we'll see you guys in the next video. His deck profile for the World Championship qualifiers should be up. Either it should be up all before that. I mean, it's going to be up before or after. It's going to be uploaded in the same day probably. But anyway, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I made my piece. Make sure you comment how much of a normie this guy is, how much he doesn't know about anything. Make sure you comment your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh anime and why it's the best. It's probably.
What do you think is the best? What do you think is the best Yu-Gi-Oh anime?
The best one. I haven't finished Vrains. I'm hoping Vrains is gonna be the best one, but right now the best one is 5Ds. My favorite is Arc 5 because I'm a sucker. Like I said before, I'm a sucker for like different dimensions and time travel and everything. I'm a sucker for that. But
yeah,
5Ds is definitely like the best, at least in terms of writing.
Yeah, I think it's very hard for me. Yeah, I think. I like GX. I do like Arc 5. It's really good. I mean, yeah, I guess they all have their pros. So, anyway, appreciate you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.